Welcome. We're here to video our 7 minutes to heavenly and our makeup. It's a quick way to get out the door. So we're going to start with step one, the most important step to me, and I get so shocked at the people that tell me they don't do this ever. Prepping the skin, moisturizing. So we're going to start with a prep. I always like to start with a serum to start. It's a couple little pumps, and we're going to put that, kind of dab it throughout. It can drip down if you like, if you want to pump it on, but you want to make sure you get it all over. And you want to do this prior to your makeup, right out of the shower. The serum works nice. It helps with collagen. And we all, especially over 40, we need collagen reformation. It helps with puffiness. It helps to allow the skin to get prepped and ready for the makeup to set and stay on all day for you. So step one is your collagen prep, then a moisturizer. That's going to go in and really give it that moisture and help that makeup to hold. It's going to help to start solidifying that skin, making it last, the makeup last, and start getting rid of some of the little fine lines and wrinkles that we don't want to see. And very big is that when I hear people say, I don't wear makeup because makeup quit wearing me. It's because you quit understanding to prep, what makeup to wear. So that's what we're going to teach you today. So the next step in one is your moisturizer. Going in and putting moisture over top of your ceramide or your serum, any type of collagen serum. So adding your moisturizer on top of that is going to help give it that next step of foundation. My little extra step, don't have to do this, but this is a setting spray. It's a moisturizing. Keep your eyes shut. Don't breathe a second. It really helps that makeup to hold. That's your first set of prep. You put your collagen, you put your moisturizer in there. Now that makeup's ready to set. So that's your most important part. Next, we'll go into step two. Step two, very important as well, is priming the skin. We prepped it, now we're gonna add a primer. This takes no time. There's many of them out there, depending on what type of skin you have. You wanna go in, look, are you trying to close pores? But you want to make sure you're priming, and you wanna make sure it is not a silicone-based primer because it's just gonna lay oil on the skin. You want this to kind of fill in the little areas and give you a nice little depth to the skin, and allow that next step with the makeup, the foundation, to lay on there much nicer. Always being careful around your eyes. You notice I'm being more careful. If you're gonna use your hand, you wanna use your ring finger because it is your least amount of strength to go around the eyes. So make that very soft so you don't pull and stretch on that fine skin area around the eyes. Next is your foundation, and if you're going to do the 7 minutes to heavenly, my best suggestion is to do a tinted moisturizer. That means adding your foundation into a moisturizer. That's going to give you your best look, and it's going to, again, moisturizing that skin is so important, especially as we age. So I'm going to add moisturizer into this. We're going to apply it. It's going to give you that nice soft fill, especially for those of you that say you don't like the fill of makeup. This helps to reduce that, but it also helps to give that nice soft fill to the skin and give you that nice glow throughout the day. So we're going to add a little bit of moisturizer in. You can use a little cup if you like at home. I'm going to pour a little bit of foundation in. I'm going to say you're going to do 3/4 moisturizer to 1/4 of your foundation. Mix that up. And again, you can use a silicone pad if you like to blend it. You can use your fingers since your makeup at home. You can use a foam brush. I'm going to start with the foam and end with the silicone to blend it. So we're just going to put this on. We're going to get it on the skin. I don't care that it's not perfectly blended yet. Too much on your eye there. And again, being careful around the eye area, just softer, a softer touch. You don't want to be rough. We're trying to decrease wrinkles. We don't want to increase them. So just being gentle, always as well trying to come upward with your makeup is always a good thing to keep that skin lifted and not pulling it down. Mother Nature and gravity is already working against us, so we want to help to pull that upwards. And you can see it's not giving us full coverage. It's just giving us a little bit of tint to the skin. And this is nice when you haven't been a makeup wearer for a while to get you started. So I'm getting that on the skin, and then we'll use our silicone sponge. I like these because they glide, especially with that moisturizer in there. Can you see the difference, how that's starting to blend into the skin? Again, careful around the eyes. and just give us a little bit of coverage, but this is not full coverage, but it will give you something to get you started and feeling comfortable with makeup. So the next step would be 4, and this would be up to each individual. Eyebrows. You know, this is something that really does make the face kind of round out and kind of finish it off. So I would go with the eyebrows next. The best thing, I feel like there's all kinds of tools out there. It's finding what works best for you. I like a cream pencil. You can use an eyeshadow as well, a matte eyeshadow, but that kind of gets, you know, the dust drips down on the eye. So I would say go in, look at your natural eye. You want the corner of the eyebrow to the corner of the nose. You want the arch to hit from the nose to the highest arch, and the end of the eyebrow to end at the end of the nose to the end of the eye. You don't want to go past that. We're not trying to do, some of you may not know this, Joan Crawford eyebrows, but those were very strong and not very structured. So we're going to go and start drawing a little bit. I am going to go to that edge, just draw in with light strokes. You get this nice little pencil on the end. Stroke up to my high corner. Stroke down. Then take your brush, brush it up to blend. Make it look natural. You don't want it to look unnatural, and just look at the difference. Very light, but look how it makes her eye pop. The eye color stands out a lot more just by opening up the eyebrow just a little bit. Takes a few minutes to do. Hey, you're 7 minutes to heavenly, and we're step number 5. So we're going into blush. This is something that you can use on the cheeks or areas that you want to use a little shadowing as well. So as we age, we don't want to go into the hollows because we usually have a little bit more of that naturally. So we want to stay on the cheekbones. So just lightly going upward. Always remember upward strokes. You don't want to take anything downward, just like the eyebrows. Everything needs to go up. That creates youth. So we're going to do a couple strokes, not too heavy. Make sure you're using, depending on if you're a warm or you're a cool skin, you're using a natural tone, not too pink, not too peach, not too brown. And if we want, we can take a little bit in these areas here, help soften up the jawline. We can soften up the hairline here too if we like. A few little strokes, easy breezy. 7 minutes to heavenly, step number 6. It is your lips. Main thing is you want to use a lip liner. That's very important. We want to draw the lip on. You do, especially as we age, our lips get a little bit more lined. That's why the prepping and everything else is so important. So we want to go in, you want to create a little heart shape, a little bit above the lip line. You can even, if you want, you can take an X right there if that gets you started better. Follow that on down. Just enough to notice that lip. Bottom, come around, follow that lip line around. We chose a very natural shade that's very close to her own color. It's whatever you like. If you want something more bold, more red, things like that, it's your choice. Always start, and as a new beginner makeup wearer, start with something that is very neutral so you don't feel shocked within yourself. So I'm gonna have you open your lip, there we go, perfectly. Because this is Debbie's lipstick, we are putting it on straight on without a brush. Okay, tap it. And so once you tap that, that kind of sets it in. And usually when I'm wearing a special wear like a red, I'll tell them to take their finger, open their mouth, pull it out. It'll remove any of the inside that will get that on your teeth at all. So that's very important. 7 minutes to heavenly on step number 7. It is your final, it is your mascara. So important. So when you're putting it on yourself, look in the mirror, eye halfway shut, just a little open, a little bit more, right there, right there. Just a few little brush strokes just to open up. Debbie has very blonde eyelashes, so we want to bring those out a little bit. I know it's very hard when someone else is putting it on for you. So just bring those out a little bit. It doesn't have to be heavy. I still like a black. Even though someone with lighter hair, I like a black because we want them to stand out. We want to be able to see those eyelashes. So I'm going to have you look up at the sky that way to get the bottom ones, because me coming at her with a wand in her eye is going to kind of make her blink a lot. Same thing over this way. Again, she's got fine little eyelashes, for a special occasion. And when we do her reveal, we'll definitely use some fake eyelashes to help that. It just kind of pops those eyes just a little bit. Radiant Restyle Collective's 7 Minutes to Heavenly. We're at our final stage here, and we did our prep, we did our moisturizing, our primer, we did our moisturizing foundation, we went into eyebrows, a little bit of blush, lipstick, and our mascara. So those are your 7 minutes to heavenly. They take about 7 minutes to do. It just gives you a little bit of tweaking to make you look polished for your day. So don't forget, please subscribe, like, and follow us on our YouTube channel, Radiant Restyle Collective. Have a great day and be the best you can be.